Hey, new intro time. I hope you guys enjoy it. I surely do. But hey, what's up? Voices here. Today I will be presenting you the best comments for patch 11.5. I did enough experiment to know where the meta is. It didn't shift that much. You're going to see definitely the familiar faces. Um, but yeah, let's just get right into it. Boom. In the S tier, we have to have Kale, right? She is just still that insane. Do your as much executioner trait that you can have for being the best with executioner chosen Kale. Again, RC is not a must, but it's a perfect offensive and defensive item. Rage Blade for the attack speed, or Jugon Blade for more damage. It's basically up to how many Zikis you can have. You should have good enough attack speed with Spirit, especially if you have a mana item on Kindred. Yeah, Kel is still on top. One thing that I have to mention here is yes, you do need both Vanguard and Adept for this comp. It's just so much more consistent when you have more frontline. So if you can have those four, you are good to go. This is looking like the first that you could go for with this composition. You can go adept for adept with maybe with the Yone if you have adept chosen Shanna Aurelia, but I do believe that the CC that those two provide is just that much better. Basically, make sure that your kill is safe. If you are not having the RIC, I suggest moving like this. Have the Yumi here so she can go back to the Kel if he needs healing, and maybe have the Rage Blade instead of RIC if you didn't get the second bow. But otherwise, definitely S tier. Definitely try to play it. Trinda. So there's just so many versions of Trinda. This is just another that I will be presenting in this channel. I know it's expensive. There is 3 legendaries, but it's good way around. You have a strong front line, you have Lacing, you have Samira with Sharpshooter with the Silver that can potentially buff the Trinda. Yeah, and also notice that this is without any chosen. So you can flex duelists and maybe have 4 duelists. You can maybe go for 4 vanguards. It just depends whatever you hit, right? 3 cultists is just another CC, which is pretty nice, but not, necessary. Having the secondaries as listen is actually really, really strong, just because it's one of the best legendary in the game. If you position well. Yeah, Trinda is still the best assassin in the game, guys. Especially with those signers, you can have the Last Whisper GA basically is the core. With that, you will have enough damage. The rest can be IE, can be Titans, BT, even Deathblade, it doesn't matter. Yeah, really, really strong, still S tier. Go for it. Talon. So Talon is back on top. The bug fix, is still there. There's many variations of this comp that you can go for. It just depends what you hit. I made a guide on this that should appear on top right here. I will make the link with Swin, who is a challenger player that basically main Talon. So again, a really, really strong comp. You need a GA, you need the Morello, and you're good to go. Very strong comp. Again, this is not even chosen. I covered other chosen possibilities in my video, so if you want more details on that, go check that out. But yeah, definitely S tier. Just have to position Taron well enough. Morello, the Morgana, it's a top 4. Nico, Fable, Vanguard Mystic. So this is here just because it kind of counters the best comps in the game right now, which is why it's so high up. Otherwise, it's actually not that good. Also, I know that there is 2 legendary, but those are just the best units that you can have in the late game. The end goal for this comp is to have Nautilus 3, Nico 3. Those are your conditions to top 1. You can top 4 with just Nico 3, but if you really want top 1, you need the Nautilus to basically not die. So that is why I recommend freestyling those two. Having some Orn items is fantastic if you don't have the best in slot on the Nico. Yeah, after that it's just whatever you hit. Morello and Sejuani is fantastic. And yeah, you just go level 8, you freestyle Nautilus, freestyle Nico, try to find the Zillion and the Orn for more items, and 3 GAs, and you're good to go. And we have to talk about this, because this has emerged to be one of the best comps in the game if you freestyle the Sever. This is just generic, there's not even a chosen here. Again, super strong frontline with Vanguard Adept, Cultist and Sharpshooter with the Samira. If you're before 8, of course, you can have a Teemo or something, that's totally fine. If you have Teemo, you can even add the Yumi to have the Spirit Mystic with Shen. But yeah, the goal here is to just have the Last Whisper QSS on the server and you freestyle her. So with this comp, you're basically stable at level 7 just because you're gonna roll for the front line and Silver 2 potentially 3. Silver 3 is basically to guarantee the top 4 and go for top 1. You can still top 4 with Silver 2, she's just that strong. But if you want to go and win the game, I would consider rolling at 7 or 8, depending on how much gold and HP you have, to roll for Silver 3. Something to notice as well is that this is just a one version of the comp, but what you can do is also go 9 Cultist into Silver and just add a random Samurai at level 9 to have Sharpshooter, and 3-star the Silver still at level 8. So in that case, we just roll down at 8 to find Zillion, to find Silver 3, and you're good to go. Both versions are fine. I prefer this version because 9 Cultist relies on finding a legendary at 8, so you need a lot of gold and a lot of HP to spare. And this, you can just put a Teemo. So yeah, highly recommended. I do believe that this is top of 8 here, if it's not at the bottom of S tier. Keepers, Cannon. So this is at the top of it here. It's still super strong. It got nerfed, but don't worry, it's just so strong in a mid game that it basically gives you the top 4 that you all need for this composition to work anyway. If you want to go for top 1, you go Cannon 3. That's basically the win condition. Best item in slots is GA, Morello, Drew Gauntlet. However, the core is just GA Morello, just because you really need the cannon to ensure that it's fully casting with the GA and the Morello to burn everybody. If you do have cannon 3, you will have more than enough damage already to almost destroy everything. It's, I think, 1200 damage without counting his AP, so that's, you will kill everything. So the end goal here is just have the cannon having all the buff, maybe have a second carry like Xayah with Last Whisper, IE, GA, or something like that, or with Orn items, especially if you can have Death Dance, it's fantastic. But yeah, this comp is still really good because you will have a super easy early to mid game if you find your cannon with those items, so definitely go for it. Mages. So this is still super strong. The only thing is you need Ani 3, and you need Ani 3 with good items, more so than the ASOL items. So it relies on a lot of items, which is why this comp is not Ace tier. But the damage output that you have with this is disgusting. Having 4 mistakes against this is totally useless. It doesn't matter. What you need to do for this is to have somehow an access to the Orient Soul, or to burst the Annie down before she's casting. And if that doesn't happen, well, good luck. Because even if the ASO doesn't even kill anything, the Vigard then will ult the lowest HP and will kill the rest. So yeah, if you have chosen mages, I recommend Annie, of course. definitely go for it. It's really, really strong. Just Azir is here for having more shields for the ASOL, and Swain being the best Dragon Soul unit. Otherwise, you can have a Braum or Shyvana or whatever. Going near the ASOL and not the brand because you want the Dragon Soul buff on the ASOL. Yeah, Chosen Mages, highly recommend. And yeah, brawlers are still here. So this is what the comp should look like. However, if you just 3-star the Shyvana and the Nunu, I don't think that's enough for top 1. You need set 2 for top 1, and I mean set 2 with items. Either tanky or AP, whatever you can hit. Quick positioning tip here, you need the Vi near the Shyvana. Why? Because she will shred the armor and the Shyvana will do even more damage. Deathblade is not really needed just because you have enough AD with the Brawler buff, which is why I really like having the attack speed. So you can even position like this, she will be far enough and safe, unless there's assassins, of course. But attack speed items with A-bars is really, really good, which is all you need, really. A Renance's core, I like RSC, Rage Blade is okay too. Anything that has a bow is basically fine. You can even go Last Whisper if you want. Deathblade is just for more initial damage, but you will have more than enough damage with this build. But that is it for this patch, guys. Not much change. You will see those comps mostly do well. Let me know in the comments if you do have any questions, and I will see you guys next time.